And welcome guys to another little video. Now in today's video we're going to be discussing must be that mesh fighting or something. We're going to be dealing with kickback. Just a basic kickback. That's all we're going to do. So basically like that. Okay? Nothing but a kickback. You could put some left and right to it and other things. Maybe later we'll advance it a little bit more. Maybe some more smoothing or whatnot. But this is just a basic kickback. And sometimes when you have animations and stuff like that, it becomes a problem. Because the animation is probably too long. Or they just made it like really, really crummy. I think this went 51, probably? Yeah, probably did. But, that's basically how it goes. You know, animations when it comes to blending and stuff like that for firing on very fast weapons, they sometimes can go a little wonky for you. For instance, like this one. Okay? We've got an animation that's firing, reloading, and stuff like that. Okay? A lot of times, wish it wouldn't do that. Like, move on you like really crazy. You'll have a crazy animation that's like this. Okay? This is far too much for this type of weapon. I mean, I've fired all kinds of weapons, and there is not too many that's going to have this much of a kickback. It's unrealistic. I mean, I like the motions that's... Oh, it doesn't even show it on OBS. Ah! No! You're so bad. Recording? Okay. So, in order to show you, okay, we're going to have to expand this window. Yeah, there we go. Now it'll show you. Alright. So, this weapon right here, too much kickback. This is kind of dumb. It shouldn't have that much. I mean, this is like saying that this fires like a cannon or a shotgun, right? If you've ever fired a rifle, there's only one rifle that I know of that does something like this, which will be probably a 50 caliber or like a 308, which has got a huge bullet on it and everything else. It's made to like snipe very, very far, so it's got a lot of powder. A 5.57 and a 2.23 bullets do not have that much. Nope. 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 Does not shoot like that. Which makes it kind of annoying. But at the same time, granted, yeah. I'm fine with the whole... Yeah, it looks sweet and you got some kickback, but that gun shouldn't have that much. That's just silly to me. But, okay, let's get to the prefab of how this is set up and everything in my little situation. Okay? Because this is a lot easier to work with than the animation system for a simple kickback. Alright, so take our lovely thingy here, okay? What happens is we have our prefab here, our main prefab. Then we have a mover object, which if you guys have seen my other video with this kind of setup in it, I'm just going to go over it shortly. and this is only going to deal with the kickback right now. Man, I hate that glow thing. How can I turn that off? It doesn't make it very easy to work with. Uh, 2D? No, I don't want 2D. Shaded? No. Okay. Or whatever. But we got our sway object, and then we got our main object. Now, if you guys didn't know, if you're trying to move a transform in code with one script, and you've got another script trying to, manipulate the transform again, you're going to have conflicts. Just one script's just going to be fighting the other, and you're not going to get very good results. That is why I went with layering stuff, where each transform does a job. Mover does our zooming stuff, zooms it left or right, hey, I go up to the scope and I can, shoot things down the sight, poo, 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 pew, pew, pew. And then I got my sway thing to go, wee, wee, and then I got my main thing. All my main transform right here does with the animator. You do not put scripts to manipulate the transform unless you know what you're doing below your animator game object, okay? Don't put them below it unless you absolutely know what you're doing, because that's the way to override an animation, placement, and stuff, and you have to do specific things for it. This one, the animator is not manipulating this transform, so we're free to use it for our purposes. Now, we have a target, okay, which is our positional data, and then we got a target rotation, okay, and it's smoothing time, alright? Now, this smoothing time must be faster than my firing rate, because here's the thing. If this script is returning us to, the 0, mark, or wherever it's supposed to go, when we kick back, if it's not fast enough, it won't return all the way. Before we fire again. So each time we shoot, it'll keep going backwards. So you have to set this high enough, low enough, that's lower than your firing rate to get it to work correctly. Which it works correctly. It does its job. It's pretty decent for a kickback. It's still, in my definition, a little unrealistic and stuff, but, I guess it all depends on what your definition of realistic is. Okay? So, let's go into the script and show how this works. Okay? And okay. So, in player weapons, we have kickback amounts. Okay? These two right here are just how much kick amount we want. We type in a little bit, and that's it. We've got to keep these values low. If you put them too high, then his gun just flies off the screen and there's nothing you can do. Okay? How we kick back here is we take the local position of our kick transform, which we fill in the inspector. It's called kick transform. I would show it, but it's kind of self-explanatory. Local position, because we want to do the local, not the... We don't want this position, okay? Position is world space. Very bad for us. Doesn't work. We'll be kicking off world position data instead of local, which goes all cockeyed and dumb. So we do this, then we equal it but we take the local position and we plus it just a little bit, okay? So basically, all we're doing is taking the position and adding some. Adding a very, very small amount, okay? And then the kick transform, local Euler angles. This is dealing with the local rotation, okay? Very sensitive. Don't put big values and stuff in the local, the kick amount. And because of how we translate it, we put our gun back, you know, the smooth dampening, we can't have negative numbers. It freaks out. I also put a comment right here. Don't put negative values in our kick amounts. It will freak out and look broken as something. Okay? It'll look really, really broken. Alright? Not pleasing to look at. Trust me. And in the end of the video, I'll show you why. Okay? Now, this is how we kick. But we also need the script that I put, the smooth return. Now, you're probably wondering why I did a separate script for the smooth return. And the reason for this is, if I do animations for firing, then I have to do a bool check or something to draw this back, okay? This only does one simple thing. It takes our local position and puts it back to its position. That's it. But in a smooth, damp thing, it takes velocity into account. I mean, it does a lot of calculations in the background. And the beauty about this is smooth damp will never overshoot. Okay? Oftentimes when you're lerping and stuff like that, you'll get these weird movements where it'll, if you lerp fast enough, you'll overshoot something. Or vice versa. I mean, it doesn't look pleasing sometimes. So I tried smooth damp. And it lerps to the position, and I think it even slows down a little bit once it reaches the end, but it actually never overshoots. Like, if you say 0, 0, it'll go straight to 0, 0. It won't go negative or anything like that, like go too far. It goes right there, and that's it. I mean, it's kind of nice. And then we do the local Euler angles, and we just lerp it to there. Now, these references right here, we don't set these. These are variables that are here. We only give this a reference to this. Unity does the calculation stuff for this for velocity for us, okay? And smoothing is just a regular old float. Now, I even put a tip right here that says, must be faster than fire time, okay? So that you guys know. I didn't put a different smoothing time for the rotation, which you probably could. So let's do this. Why is these public? I don't access these anywhere else. I don't like. Not serializable base. Serializable field. Typey today. Serializable field. Float. Or smoothing. Which I'll put equals 0.2F. Just put it the same. That's going to get them. No! Don't do that! No! Okay, there you go. And I'll put it the same, and I'll just copy this into the rotation. Because obviously, sometimes you may want it to rotate faster and return slower. I don't know. It's all I guess up to you guys, right? But it'll give you another variable to adjust. You'll be happy with it, I guess. But yeah, that's the basic kickback. This script, you attach it to the thing that you're going to be moving, but make sure that the transform does nothing else. Don't have two scripts fighting each other. And this is in late update. Late update happens after update. Because here's the thing. We're shooting an update, okay? So the system moves it in this cycle. I call it a cycle, but let's think of it as like terms. You got update, then you got fixed update, then you got late update. Well, I want to do it in update, then in late update, I want it to move it back. And it just makes more sense. That way, this does what it needs to do, and then late update does what it needs to do back. Like, oh, yes you do. Yes, I moved. No, I didn't. Yes, I moved. No, I didn't. And it just keeps going back and forth. And that's it, guys. I mean, the kickback is done. And make sure you have the whole mono behavior and engine and stuff, because this is a thing for Unity. Okay? And that's really it, man. I mean, it's really simple. Oh yeah. And I can do this. The whole show you why I don't put negatives in here. Okay? We've got this in here. I'll instantiate it. Okay? Then we'll go in here, move this around, and I'll show you why I don't put negatives in here. This is the kick amount. If you put a negative in here, it'll do this. Whee! Whee! I think it has to do with how smooth damp works, but it doesn't work correctly. Okay? But if you put a positive just a little bit, or maybe a lot, oh, we can see it's moving just in a weird fashion. Because you don't really do the z-axis that much. The one that I think really gives you a benefit is probably this one. Or this one. But you can play around with them. I mean, there's kick amount, boom, 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 on the x-axis and stuff, which you probably don't want that one. What about the y? Do you want some y? No, not really. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, that's kind of okay, but, you guys got variables. Just adjust them as you can see. I'm not going to sit here and, try to justify every variable because it takes a while. Whoa. Why did I jump that high? That's kind of dumb. Why did I jump that high? I shouldn't be jumping that high. Why? Soldier? What? What? Oh, my jump speed's way up there. Okay, so that's why. Alright, there we go. Yee! Wee! 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 If you turn your fall speed down, you'll actually be able to jump higher without dying. I believe. Yay! Wee! Oh, I'm up in the air really, really high, man. Now I'm falling. Oh, boy. And I'm probably gonna die. Nope. Whee! I don't die from this high. But you guys get the gist. Sorry that some of this code was doubled up in a video and stuff. But the thing is, I wanted to show you guys. See, when we did the weapon script, which was the last one, I wanted to show the kickback because that's where it belongs, in a video about the weapon. But we have other viewers that already have weapon scripts, but they don't have very good kickbacks and stuff. So I found that it will be more useful to have this video in it by itself than have it bundled in a video about a weapon. Because obviously some people want a procedural kickback versus animational kickback and things like that. You know, it's kind of like the supply and demand thing. All right, people want this, but they don't want the other stuff. And who wants to go through an entire video, every video on the internet dealing with weapons, in order to find something about a kickback? Okay, so thanks for watching. Peace out, guys, and take care. This is War over and out.